Welcome to Level 2. In an application with many routes, each route may have one or more components on that page. In Drupal, we've typically assigned blocks to specific routes and regions. For on any given route, you probably have the content block assigned to your theme's main region and the login block assigned to the left sidebar, for example. In this lesson, we will find that Backbone views can be used very much like Drupal blocks to display components across the site. Here's a to-do list for us. We're going to start by converting our static about text from the last level into a Backbone view that we can reuse in different places. Then we're going to create a contact view and pass in data to that view using a Backbone model. When that data changes for the contact, we're going to have the DOM automatically update, re-rendering the view without a page refresh. Now that we have a fully functioning router, we may want to take some of the pieces that we have on each of our routes and reuse them in other places. Typically in Drupal, we call these blocks, but in Backbone, we call them views. Views are objects that we can assign to any region or any path that we want. Create a view by saying yo backbone view. Let's make a view for the about block of text. Created 3 files, the template file, the view where the logic for the view is going to live, and also a test file. Before we look at these files, let's look at how they're used first. So in the case of our about string, if our view has this string, and we're going to assign it to this region, then we no longer need to say this string here. What we need is we need the view itself. So we're going to say create the var about view variable, and we're going to instantiate the view by saying new cat blog views about. And then we're going to tell the about view to render itself. What rendering does is it populates its element property to have the markup from the view. So now I can say about view EL is the value of the main region. Let's take a look at the view. We're going to remove some of the references to models because we're not going to use models quite yet. We'll use that in the next step. For now, we just want the render function of this view to assign to itself its own element, HTML, this template. And this template is this template here. Let's replace this content with all about cat blog. By now, when we go to about, it says all about cat blog. It's the exact same thing as we saw before, so let's do something handy here, and let's reuse this component, or this view, or this block in another area. Let's attach it to the contact page. Here I'm going to, as opposed to reassigning all of the HTML, I'm just going to append the about view element. Now when I go to the contact page, it says contact the cat blog and all about the cat blog, which is our view. Now, having this reusable block or this reusable Backbone view on our contact page. Well, that's not very handy, is it? Let's feed in a contact view, but we're going to do something different. It won't be a static view, it will be a data-driven view. We're going to feed it some data. Let's do a contact view where we actually say what the name of the person to contact is and the email. And instead of assigning that data directly to the view, in Backbone, things that hold data are typically models. Models are kind of like content types in Drupal in that there are many different types of models. There could be a fruit model, a car model, a person model. In this, we're going to create a contact model. And the contact model is going to hold the properties or have the fields of email and name. So we're going to give that model of a contact to a contact view that is then knows how to display and template out a contact model. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is create our Backbone model contact. Then we'll create our Backbone view contact. So now here in our contact route, we're going to get rid of this about nonsense. And we're going to instantiate this new model, the contact model equals new catalog models contact. And we're going to assign some data to it. We're going to say that the contact models name is Jerry, and the contact models email is jerry@isovera.com. And now we're going to create the view that knows how to render this contact. The contact view equals new catalog views contact. And the different thing here that we're going to do than we did before was we're going to pass in the model of contact model. So now this model with all of its data is inside of this view. So when this view renders, it has some data that it can pass to its template. We'll show that in just a second. First off, let's assign to the main region our new view, the element property. And so let's go over to our template, your contact here, or your content here. Doesn't make any sense. We're going to say the name is using an underscore variable. The model that was passed in has, remember, a name and email property. So in this underscore variable, we can say name and email is going to be an underscore variable of email. So this templating syntax, this is similar to if you said left angle bracket, $PHP, print, and then the variable name, and then semicolon, and then close PHP tags. This is sort of a shorthand syntax. So when you pass in an object of properties, this is how you print out the property into the template. So now if I go to my website, I can see that our template is being printed out with the content from the model, where the name is Jerry, and the email of the model is jerry@isovera.com. Now, a little bonus preview of what's coming is when we start getting deeper into views. Remember on the first view that I showed you, we deleted out some of the default stuff about models. In the initialize function of this model, of this view, excuse me, we are listening to the model for a change event. And when that happens, we're hitting the render gas pedal again. This means that if the model changes, this is going to get fired again. Well, let me show you something cool. So if we, for example, assign the to the global scope, so window is global. If we assign this contact model so that I can access it on my terminal. When I change the contact model email to jerry@robot.com, the view automatically updates. It heard that event. The model actually signaled the event, and the view was listening for it. This is the nice relationship between views and models. Not only can we pass in dynamic data to a view, which knows how to render itself, the view also knows how to listen to models, similar to a hook, but also live during the application. Well, I think I've said enough for now. It's time for you to get started trying out your own views. That's all for level 2. Check out the level notes below for a to-do list. And if you build an app, we'd love to see it on GitHub. Thank you for watching. Stay calm, Drupal on, and I'll see you at level 3.